Well, howdy and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, March 24th, I believe. Journal 307, T plus 352, if that's correct. And it's close. I'm wearing my son's Good Wolf coaching cap for a reason, actually. Probably to celebrate the fact that virtual is the new real, as it were, and probably in tribute to something Ryan's doing that really blew me away. He's having virtual training rides with his, well, originally with his clients, his coaching clients, endurance athletes, triathletes, but he's opened them up to everybody, especially now when it's so difficult for all of us to figure out how we're going to continue to exercise and stay healthy and stay sane in this very real lockdown that we're facing as the public health officials try to get a handle on COVID-19. But it's incredible to watch this sense of community come together virtually on screen through a program called Zwift, I think, and through Zoom. And it's pretty amazing. Also, you celebrate the fact that we have tools today that we've never had before, and how important it is to have them, especially right now, like Skype or like Zoom or like FaceTime or like any of the other programs that do what they do, and that's basically tie us together face to face, almost in person, or as close to being in person as you can be. And you see that on TV more and more often now with daytime television shows being done with everybody participating remotely. And it's important when you're in a public health crisis and you can't be together. So what would we do if we didn't have that? It's an important thing to recognize how critical things like chatting and virtual communication really are in cases like that. The other issue for us to take a look at that's just as important probably, and I can't tell you how many colleagues, friends, family members I have who, including myself, by the way, who are now going through telemedical appointments where we're seeing our doctors remotely. I went ahead and had labs done at a local facility, and those labs were digitally transferred over to City of Hope, and where my doctor and my nurse practitioner could take a look at them, and then we communicated by email about what they were trying to tell us and where we go from here. I wish I could do my next bone marrow biopsy virtually, but unfortunately I can't. I got to show up for that. Although I have made the commitment to be sedated, and for very selfish reasons, not having anything to do with the discomfort or the pain involved in having somebody take a core sample of your pelvis. Realistically, if you're ever in a position where you have to do that, you probably will get a better sample sedated than you might have gotten otherwise. I know I'm going to get somebody that's going to argue with me about that, and that's okay. But I know I will, especially if your bone marrow, if the disease that you had attacked your bone marrow, and sampling bone marrow is more difficult because it's not completely recovered and they got to dig around for it. Not a pleasant experience. So those things are important. The real question here, in my opinion, is not how much the world is turning to virtual communication now, but it is, what is life going to look like once this crisis is over and the need for virtual communication isn't as great, isn't as pressing, isn't as immediate as it is right now. How much are we going to move back toward normal? What was normal once upon a time? How much of what we're doing now is going to become normal? Because that's all normal is, really, is just what we're comfortable with at the moment. Before that changes, before everything changes. How much of this are we going to get used to? How much of it are we going to prefer? How much of it are we going to, want to retain? Are we going to want to keep? How much more convenient? How much more will we save? Inexpensive is it going to be? How much more expedient will it be? And how much more appealing? Something to think about on a cloudy, dark, gray, foreboding early afternoon in Southern California. I hope all of you are well. I hope all of you stay well, stay strong, take care. This too shall pass. We're all in it together, and together we can get through it much more easily than we might have individually. We might have alone. And by the way, ain't this a cool hat? The coolest part about the hat is that the good wolf lives inside. If you want one, I know where you can get one. Stay well and take care.